Charcoal is the main source of energy for cooking in urban areas, and it is an important source of livelihood for thousands of Ghanaians involved in its production and trade. Over the years, the demand for charcoal in urban areas of Ghana has been on the rise, despite government policies aiming to reduce charcoal consumption by promoting the use of LPG as a substitute. Contrary to the intended outcome, the demand and consumption of charcoal have continued to increase. The women in Jamestown community tell their story on the only surviving occupation, charcoal production.
Me had 7 years. Na started shibidi. Me na me nyonko fo, me dan fufu no. E ma na me ba ha omo shibi no. Me boa omo. Se me so me hu se na ye si me fa shibidi no nti wo koye na dia na makwaja no kwan. Na ma hu se na ye twa se na wo be pake. Sa wo di esre be guso. Ansa na watwa na tie no ade aguso. Me di ekire sa ansa na me hu se me sese me so metimi aye na me kwatwa me dia na mama me nyonkofo na abeboa me apake atu ansa na me di hu ni ye.
Charcoal production is drudgery and time demanding, and for times past been dominated by males. Nevertheless, some women in the Sekyere Afram Plains District of the Ashanti Region of Ghana have defiled the gender norms associated with charcoal production.
I say bidie shi na de man na dominate na de enti man dominate say mema no omudo afo time say adwuma time wo nya ba ma kura ma no nkwaja wo kuno kura wo mpene nkwaja ji say wa wo so no munyina mo se munyina nkwatwa bidie na afo no mundo o sa se munyina mundo afo no so asika munya bendi time abro nyembai santi na man no ye bebre ye shi bidie no.
Papa we na me 15 years. Aja me mame ene me nuane mo. Nti me so na me ne ba panyi. Nti mpagya akakra na esire ma bra bo no eden. Na me yese ende metu ana mo na ma ba ha behwe. Ena de me wura bidi agima mo.
Income from charcoal helps these women to be independent of their husbands, support their households, attend to critical social events like funerals and weddings.
The entire shibidi ni say ahokyere e kan ye ho enti unya esika ne bia utimi di bi ye den ukodwoma utimi di bi totɔ wo nkwan e de ba fie na obeye den wa beye aduane e na afi nso no de ebe kan na ye de kakrakra tototo ho no se de be ya ye ba da chenti say bia akwala bi sole a because me de afi na me ba nso anya be 10 years enti e bia eno a bia na mi e de ma no na de ko school
bidie no ayeye no enye sika na ye de hwe ma school ye de to aduane empaboa entoma me say me noma me hye metimi di bito ebi kan so metima kipi bi because me oba mentimi nkwaye no bebre ebi ande emeye na ebi wa menya 10 ebi wa menya 15
Bidie sika de ono na me de hwe me ma SS ono ana ya na me hye na me de hwe wo mu school e se man hia sa bidie sika na ranka me ma ne kura SS kura be yedin na me di bi nso yesusu nkakra no anso na omo de to aduane ko school.
The women charcoal producers in the Sekyere Afram Plains District in Ghana see charcoal production as the important livelihood activity for many households in the Jamestown community.
Bidie ni de anytime bia se wo nua nko a de a utimi tu bidie wa park se na wodi ja atumu no duane foforo wo ha na ono so wasan di ja atum ti ebi wo ho e wa kire nso na ono so wodi ja atum ntu we a na watu we utu we a na watu we sa na ya yeye no na se nuane ni ho na bi etimi waste time kakra enua we a ma park ya we de dooso yi metimi anya be 60 bars na se me park ne small one there ebi wo ho 30 20 na we de dooso nti 60 there menya.
The charcoal business is $1 billion business. Well, it looks as if in Africa here, we don't pay much attention to the revenues that we can get from charcoal production. Locally, we use two main forms of charcoal production. That is carbonization of wood. We use what we call the pit kiln and then the mound kiln. All these, we have stack of wood members, which we call charge, and then we stack them together, and then when we are done, we cover everything with litter or leaf materials, and then we also cover it with soil.
Yeah, that way. Be shekete. We shekete ni we no apake. Upaki we a no akotwa sesire wo ha betima atwa na de akaye. Esire nsu ni ho a betima akọ bi ne wakotwa na wasua e de be kurisu. Ukurisu we a afa de wapaso na watu enua. Na de agusu. Na watwa enua agusu. Twa enua no gusu we a na afa de wakopeja. Na de abehya anu sei no. Wabeso no anu ho. Na fede uso wia na wa ya anu ni yie se de be ya entimi nsei e ma bra na obra ni nyina enhyengu ti wu ya anu ni wia na wakọ sa wu betima hwa na wa ma wu anka so ba hwe wuntimi hwa so na wa ma ukunu more time de every time be anu obehwa ma ko pim se bidie ne bedum.
There are a lot of difficulties and challenges the women charcoal producers go through.
What means sa enua na aba na wa paki agu ho. Wo paki gu ho na ebia enwura ewu ne ebi etwahye na wa ndodo ho a. Yetimi higya na aba ba hyinnua no abra wonya nkata asokora. Wo kata so sensu wie na wa udigya tum. Na wa ambehwe ne ntentem a wo baba abeduru na ebia portion bi adane nso kora. Na chese honom ne dia wa bwaka no. Enso no wo behwe na wa hwe yi a wodi wo na ya tiatia so no ahwe na gya ne bia nya na wo na ya kwa wuram ana se wo tu bidie no wo betima ato agu honom na eja eda so guma na wo ye mistake na wo ye list na wo se me ko gima home kakra wo beba abeduro na o ne nyina agrabun na ne nyina ahye ada ne nso ebidie ehye de hawom papa ebrawom
Mu bag no ye de hye no ha na me de akobod masro ma koto me customer metima de amane kra ma customer akọ euro kam so me ni bia gisa me de kọ ma kọ ginam awianim na ma ton me metima akọkra na adwa nye me ginam a no patro enyimre na ye ntoy ebi kwa me ebi entimi nsa na ma jato next week be kọ na obi afa na ahye agu abragu.
The large majority of charcoal is produced from trees cleared in by microforestry and timber and leftovers from tech tree harvesters.
Company bi abaha ye friend malu. So omutwa omundua ni wi a na so omutwa omutwa ayi ni wi omu yi kese no e de kọ na ne to side na aka na waste na aka na omo mpe no na omo de amaye e bia sa ukohu omo a na omo aye den omo de amawo na wa de ye den wo de ahibidie eno so ye krata ti just okọ omo office no akoye krata na afedo omo de ade na ehonom no saa ayin plot na omo won na omo de eden omo de ama oseje we na faye wo adwuma ena ebi nso wo honom nso a ye kọ forest fo twa omo tik na omo de kọ a embaba na aka na yenso eden yenso ekopebi na ye twitwa wi a wo twitwa ebi akese no wo betima abopa na obi abetwitwam wo de don ma abetwitwam ana se bia oyi paafo bi nso wo honom a omo nso omo wa hanma yeso omo twaja ebia obetima mo ma yeden akotwaja ni bi na watu omo ka na afi da wodi abobo ya ebia ba bi wo honom abobo ya entimi nko honom just wo de tractor ana se yi rino ka yi kia ni bi sa ni bi na wadi akoyeden wodi akofa.
Charcoal income also serves as the major source of income for these women and their households during the slack season, where new agricultural crops are not matured for household consumption.
So I'm here for my jima. For my jima na ba na me say menya aburo ni bia koton anya sika dia akoye ma aburo. Na manya bia ton kwan na ma break bi die ni kakra. Tie no so ekofom a na ma sa fa me sikan na me asa ko bush.
The entire de bidie adwuma ka ha no say aburo no wudua wontimi ntwen be say 3-4 months time ansa na beba na watwa na waton anya sika wudidi wo man so ko school
Although majority of the women charcoal producers have heard of the advantages of the improved metal and brick kilns, they still use the traditional earthen kiln, which has a lower recovery rate and efficiency.
Kills no ebua, kills no buana. The entire time we were hanma, yes, she way na say. Kills no kesiana, just a nipadom na mobeti ma peja, peja. And also na just a wutra and nuana and tientia and sana atimia cum. Na when also dear, when ya crabis could enter back corana, ubetima a catawa dear. A kills no dear ebwaning in our baby dear. Na the entire case no a hanama yan shedding you so no boa cry a day, and to mean talk. Was answer twa na ebia o track a siena won't want to mean peja and fan to so just a wosa pen pa for.
You know, Africans, status quo. This is what was bequeathed to us. So let me do it like my uncles.
It's amazing. The only challenge or worrying aspect is they are not protected. You see, they don't wear any protective clothing. Slippers or bathroom sandals, they use it whilst they are producing charcoal, and they are exposed to all sorts of harms. And the other worrying aspect is, although they are aware, or most of them are aware of the brick or metal kiln, they are not using it. They know it's efficient, but they are not using it. They are still used to the earthen mold method.
They are concerned about the declining number of trees in their operational areas, a situation that forces them to travel long distances in search of trees. The state institutions argue that production and trade is unsustainable. Hence, there is a need for regulation to ensure sustainability and to attract meaningful investment into the sector.
The charcoal sector generally has been controlled by customary institutions. So in Ghana, what we've seen is that chiefs have been the main institution that have been controlling when it comes to getting access to trees for charcoal production. And the reason has been that most of the trees that are used for charcoal production come from village lands and also private lands. And this is where we see the chiefs and the other informal institutions locating. And so because of that, people usually when they want trees for charcoal production, it's the chiefs that are near to the trees, which are in the village lands, and they are the chiefs that they go to them. But if you look at the last 10 years or so, we've seen that in many African countries, several governments have attempted to control to formalize the charcoal production and trade. And what basically they want to do is that they want to give state institutions more control when it comes to regulating and getting access to trees for charcoal, the charcoal production. We've also seen that traditionally the charcoal sector, because of the demanding nature and the challenging nature of it, there were a lot of men who were engaged in the production. But over the few years, we have also seen changes in it, where we are seeing more women moving into the production. And as government is attempting to formalize the sector, it's very important that governments put in certain safeguards to enable these women to more or less like engage in sustainable production of the charcoal. And one of the things that the government can do, for example, in the Ghanaian context, is that district assemblies can help most of these women to form what we call maybe charcoal associations. They can give them trainings on improved charcoal production systems and also assist them to get improved kilns for the production.